3 rounds of discussion with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from a Zoom call in Columbia, South Carolina, Matthew, aka the Unbreakable Spirit. And his opponent from a Zoom call in Atlanta, Georgia, Daniel, aka the Executioner. Take it away, Matthew.
Thank you, Jesse, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone. This is episode number 63.
Three.
Yeah, 63 of At Odds with the Unbreakable Spirit.
And the Executioner, Daniel Travis.
I didn't even get a chance to try. And the Unbreakable Spirit. We got 3 topics. Let's run through them.
You know the drill. All right, topic number 1.
Vince McMahon is back.
Oh boy. Number 2.
The NXT Championship event of New Year's Evil.
Number 3.
The final topic will be WWE Premium Live Events Need Concert. But that's topic 3. We're about to topic number 1. Take it away, comrade.
Okay, Vince McMahon is back. God damn it.
Is a mess.
Yeah, this is one giant fucking mess.
Yeah. Superstars are worried about the stability of their jobs.
I would be too.
Including Bray Wyatt.
I honestly would be too, because like my whole thing with Vince McMahon being back and then Vince trying to sell, and then like this is just a one big clusterfuck.
Yeah, and also people are worried that Vince is going to try to take creative control from Triple H.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, like don't get me wrong, I enjoy the WWE product sometimes, but it's just like I don't know if I'll be able to watch the boring, dumbass, stupid ass Vince McMahon shit again.
Yeah, like the product has genuinely been better since Triple H took over.
Yeah.
And I think the worst thing to say is Vince is back as the chairperson of the board of directors.
Yeah, cause like some things I've heard in this thing is Nick Khan is the CEO, which is I think bad, because that means I can see why people are worried about being fired. Stephanie resigned. I've heard like WWE might be selling it to some foundation of Saudi Arabia or something.
Yeah.
Cause
there still is no update on that since yesterday.
I've heard it's not true. It's false.
It's false, so it's. I know it hasn't been sold, but there's no deal in place.
Yeah, I mean, like, because this is what I've heard, is that, like, and I've heard someone explain this in a better way, is that if WWE does, like, Saudi Arabia would more have used it as a vehicle to help the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, but the plus side is that WWE would have an absolute shit ton of money to get anybody.
Yeah, but there would be some problems for some superstars based on Saudi Arabia's views on like the LGBTQ community.
And women's rights.
And also, keep in mind, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are barred from Saudi Arabia. They are not allowed in the country.
Oh.
If Saudi does buy WWE, their jobs are in jeopardy.
Yeah, What is your take on the Vince McMahon shenanigans?
Like the guy that was leading the investigation from him on the board of directors left the company.
I mean, like, this is just a genuine question that I'm about to ask, but I'm just going to ask you because I don't really give a damn. But is the investigation with Vince McMahon's the allegation with Vince McMahon, is that still gonna investigation still going to continue?
I don't think so, considering the lead guy doing the investigation left.
I mean, like, I'm just gonna be straight with everyone here. Is that, like, look, I don't want Vince McMahon back because, like, and
Neither of us do.
because I have my reasons. Is because when like this is just a genuine thing. Is that like I honestly believe that Vince McMahon is out of touch with modern day wrestling and just stuff in general because like the dude is very old. Like the dude's in his 70s.
Yeah, his late 70s. Keep that in mind.
Right. But my genuine concern is that the storylines of Vince McMahon on Raw or SmackDown are just like I think like the only plus side for Vince being back is Roman would just be champion for honestly even longer.
Yeah. And like there's just a huge just like him being back is a huge mess because people were like I said, people are worried that now that he's back, he's gonna try to take creative control, which no one wants. And also superstars are worried about more mass firings because he's back. Like I just don't know what to say to this. I don't think the board wanted him back, but he strong armed his way back in.
Yeah, I mean, like hell, I've heard like a shareholder from like Delaware or something has has dropped a lawsuit on Vince McMahon because of he forced his way back into the company.
Yeah, like the man doesn't know what retirement means, but the timer just went off.
We're probably gonna return to this
We're
conversation.
probably gonna return to this next week, to be honest.
All right. We'll be
back
back with
with
topic
topic
number
number
2. Jinx.
You owe me a soda. You always forget to say that. And we are back with topic number 2, the NXT Championship match at NXT New Year's Evil not being the main event. And honestly, now that I've had a night to sleep on it, with what was happening in the match, I can kind of see why, if I'm being honest.
Oh, you're talking about the rubs, bro?
Yes.
Yeah,
Now, I'm not saying that means the main event and with its bullshit of a finish should have been the main event.
but it's just with the NXT Championship being the biggest title in NXT. You think it would just automatically be the main event. And not to mention the fact that New Year's Evil happened a couple days into 2020. Like a week into 2020.
A couple tried 12 days. At least I think.
Yeah, but my whole problem with that is like the match between
Sorry, 11 days, but you know what I mean.
yeah, you were one day off. But I, my only problem with that is like while the match was solid and it was, don't get me wrong, a good match, but it's just I genuinely and I told you this before, but I genuinely wonder is was the spot, if you people know what I'm talking about, was the spot with the rope breaking planned, or was that shit just by accident?
I don't know. But, like, yeah, I know this topic is about the NXT title, but can we just at least cover the bullshit that happened in the main event for a little bit?
Okay, go ahead.
Gigi Dolan and JC Jane were the final two in the Women's Championship #1 contender. They
Match.
eliminated each other at the same time and
Like
both got declared #1 contender.
it's like that one Royal Rumble
Where
where
Vince tore his quads and they had a restart with the final two.
yeah, no, I was gonna say it's like that Royal Rumble with Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect, where they both went over the top rope and they both were declared the Royal Rumble winner.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't aware of that. I was thinking more of John Cena versus Batista in 2005.
Oh yeah.
Because
Hey,
I've been there too, but they handled it the correct way there. Vince turned his quads and declaring a sudden death.
and also Vince walking backstage with two goddamn quads. I'm dead serious.
Like, we're not trying to poke fun of Vince McMahon in this episode, I swear.
But that's just like, bruh, goddamn.
Like, yeah, this is like the second time we've mentioned him tearing his quads on this podcast.
Because the thing that I will say about I will admit I thought the spot for the battle royal was dumb. Nice. I honestly agree with you for once. Is I thought that it was dumb and it was very much stupid, but not to mention it puts the champion in even worse situation.
Yeah, at a severe disadvantage. Roxanne Perez now has a 33.3% chance of retaining.
But, I mean, that's not the worst part. The worst part is it's essentially a handicap match.
Yeah, but as triple threats go, JC and Gigi are gonna turn on themselves.
Oh, they could probably just do a finger poke of doom.
No, what I mean is one of them is gonna try to pin Roxanne. The other will pull them off. They'll start arguing and start fighting each other. Like, think Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes versus Ted DiBiase Jr. at WrestleMania 26.
Yeah.
It would be like that. But back to the NXT Championship.
I will admit, I thought the match was for the NXT Championship was decent. The match was solid, but when Shawn Michaels made it a steel cage match for Vengeance Day, I was a bit sort of
Shocked?
yeah. I thought I'm like, really? I thought you would have gone with I don't know. Last man standing?
Yeah, not to mention, there is still a way for a controversial finish to happen in a steel cage match.
Both feet hitting the floor at the same time?
Of both competitors, yes.
Yeah, that is the. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that's the finish and Shawn's like, you know what? Last man standing.
Yeah. Or if he's like making a steel cage match where you can't win by escaping the over the top of the cage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like put in precautions to make sure stuff like that doesn't happen.
I completely agree. I will say, now, I no about this being like in the middle of the main event. I'm gonna be straight. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Is that I thought like I had some time to honestly think about it myself, and while yes, the ending, I could see why you didn't need to be the main event because of what happened in the battle royal. It's just I felt that it didn't really it made the NXT championship less important because that match was probably the only match on New Year's Eve that had build up.
Yeah.
It should have been the main event. That's my take. What is yours?
I agree with you. The NXT title is the biggest title in NXT, and it has been the biggest since 2012. No one will tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
Deserves to be the main event.
Yeah, and not just what the hell, middle of the card bullshit.
Yeah, but we're probably going if something like this happens again, don't be surprised if this
Topic.
returns. We'll be back with the final topic.
All right. Hello, we are back with topic number 3. Do WWE pay-per-views, live events, preview live events, whatever the hell they're called, do they need concerts? No. Yeah, exactly what he just said. No, they don't.
Like, if they're 4 hours, I can get people would need, like, a breather or something. But that doesn't mean throwing a random dance break or a concert or some non-wrestling related performance. Like, do you remember that dance break with Carmella and R-Truth at WrestleMania?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I heard. Wait, which WrestleMania?
I don't remember. It was the one that Alexa Bliss hosted.
Oh, 29, I believe. I remember.
No, it was definitely in the 30s, I feel like. Maybe like 31 or 32?
Yeah, I think it was 30. Anyway, not important. But I can say that I thought, like, the reason why I believe wrestling event doesn't need, concert is, unless the concert, is actually going to lean in to a storyline or, help a wrestling character, like what happened on the first Raw of the New Year, for example.
Yeah.
Like if it's actually going to lead in to like an actual storyline or something, I'm fine with that. But if it's just going to be on the show for absolutely zero reasons, I don't give a shot about it. That's my take.
Like, or if it's part of a special entrance or something.
Yeah, like don't give me.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, heck, I've seen that happen live.
Yeah. An example I can think of where a live performance worked was the singer of, I think it's the singer of Code Orange, singing Bray Wyatt to the ring.
Yeah, or when Ronda Rousey had the WrestleMania 29 had that triple threat match. They had a Ronda Rousey's bit, or like when Triple H got to the ring by Motorhead.
Yeah.
Twice.
Or how when Shinsuke Nakamura had those violinists literally like playing his theme song as he entered.
That's when it works. But when it doesn't work is when like you're watching like I don't know like a 3 hour paper like you're watching like a Cyber Sunday for example, and you got a bunch of matches with a bunch of storyline, and like a couple of weeks before you just advertise a random concert for no fucking reason.
Yeah. I feel like this I know we still have like 4 minutes 20 seconds left on this segment, but I'm just gonna say this.
What?
The only live performances that belong at WrestleMania, and this might get me canceled,
Oh
but you
boy.
know what? YOLO is the singing of the national anthem.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is the only one where it belongs.
I agree.
Hell, they even have WWE even has like the national anthem played, not live, at house shows.
Yeah. A fun fact: when I went to the house show, the ring announcer wasn't even singing; it was a recording of Lillian Garcia singing it.
Yeah. Because Lillian has a great voice.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
But we digress.
yeah, but I honestly think is that like when it's okay to do a concert, it's like, hey, if you're having your band perform you to the ring, or you got like, or you're having like drummers, like when Sting made his only WrestleMania entrance.
Yeah.
Like, if you got something cool planned for entrance, totally works. Totally fine for that. But if it's just like a random concert, like hell, if it's the guy performing the theme song for the show, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. And another one I just thought of where it works is if like the singers in your family, like when literally one of the greatest rappers of all time, Snoop Dogg,
Is your cousin?
sang his first cousin, Sasha Banks, down to the ring with the artist that performed her theme, which ironically that recording would become her heel theme song.
Yeah, and then like, yeah. Cause and yeah, yes, what Matthew just said, folks, is 100% legit. Sasha Banks' cousin is the D-O-double-G.
Yeah. And we're not talking Jesse James. No, we're talking
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop D-O-double-G.
Anyway, like my only look, if a wrestler is like my only problem with another problem with wrestlers having their show or music being played is if it's just to promote their album.
So are you saying you have a problem with Bad Bunny?
No. I mean like Bad Bunny is one of those guys that has just honestly surprised me. Whether in the ring or whether it's performing.
Yeah. I will say another place where a live song performance is welcomed is when it's part of the person's character. Or truth.
Yeah. Well, hey, by the way, where the hell is our truth?
I don't know. Or if you want someone who's actually relevant to TV, since we haven't seen our truth in a hot minute, Elias.
Yes. But all right, how long we got?
25 seconds.
Final thought. All right, Matthew, final thoughts?
Yeah, WWE, make live performances fit.
Yes. My final thoughts is look, I don't mind if performances are a thing. I don't mind if, you're having like a wrestler, whether it's Elias or R-Truth, do it, I don't mind it because it's a part of their character. But if you do it and you give me zero goddamn reason on why this is on my, why this is on the show, then why the hell should I give a shit?
Yeah, WWE, if you give us no reason for this, I'm just gonna mute it until the performance is over.
Yeah, same here. All right, roll that outro.
Yeah, we'll be back next week. Roll that outro. Hopefully, Vince doesn't stick around in WWE.
Yeah, great. See ya.
Thank you for listening to At Odds, hosted by the Unbreakable Spirit,
And the Executioner.
edited by the Unbreakable Spirit. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MTS_life_0126.
You can follow me on Instagram at DanTravis121, and you can also follow me on the Twitter at DanTheExecutioner21.
And you can follow the podcast at Odds Podcast. We'll be back next week with more debates and discussions. But until then, the Executioner and the Unbreakable Spirit will still be at odds.
Thank you, losers.